We all saw you trying to take my place there, didn't you? Was that a message or something? I don't know. I must admit I had a homily set for today, and then the Philadelphia story came out. Philadelphia story, not the movie, but the news of this past week that was pretty upsetting. That is, the grand jury presented a finding saying that over the past 70 years, there were 1,000 cases of abuse, and 301 priests were the ones who did it. Some of those priests are deceased. For some, the statute of limitations has run out. And these cases are really, really troubling. And we can't just say, well, see, that's something for Philadelphia. It also affects us as well. And these allegations continue to come up, and they remain as our shame. Some sick priests preyed upon children, taking their innocence and affecting their lives forever. And it's just really a horrible thing. And I really had thought that this, rather naively, was behind us. And in Chicago, it kind of is. We dealt with this about 30 years ago or so. But unfortunately, the procedures and the policies that Chicago has are not foolproof. We took measures long ago. Volunteers and all employees are trained. We do background checks on people who work and volunteer for us. There's a code of conduct that everyone has to sign. The thing is, things happened, abuse happened many years ago, and we did all of that because we needed to get better. We needed to stop being an organization that was covering things up and start being a more honest organization. Too many kids many years ago were harmed by Chicago priests. And the story was basically Cardinal Bernardine had tried to get this on the docket of the National Conference of Bishops. And the bishops of the East Coast, which of course includes Philadelphia, they balked when he brought it up. And he wanted to address this back in 1994, but the East Coast bishop said, "Why would Bernardine want to bring this up? We have our houses in order. This is a Chicago problem," he was told. And then of course everything blew up here in the United States, and also the world as well. Ireland and Italy and other places. I remember speaking to a priest that I knew in Milan, Italy, and he said, "Oh, this is just a U.S. problem." Not the case. Then they had their own cases. In Ireland, there was the Magdalene house that became rather infamous. And so why does this keep happening? Why does this keep coming up? Well, because it's a disease. It's a pathology. Scientists say about 4% of the population has this compulsion of attraction to children, and most control it. But there are some who truly are predators. They groom children in order to prey upon them. And statistically speaking, there are a good number here in this church today who have been abused by someone who is well known to them. And that pain never goes away with time. I have known people who are abused, and it's always something that's in the back of their mind. They have a difficult time trusting other people. They have a difficult time in relationships. It affects them for always. It's not just something that they're supposed to get over. There's great sadness and great damage that's been done to kids, and now in our own time, we're called upon to be vigilant. And the most difficult part is that people were hurt, and the church protected the institution rather than people first. George King and I were talking about this a little bit. That is, the church as an institution and the church as a movement. The church as a movement has done miraculous, amazing, wonderful things over the years. For 2,000 years, we've passed on the faith. We've started educational institutions all over the world. We take care of so many people in Catholic hospitals. We reach out in love and do amazing things with that. The difficult part is the church as institution has failed miserably. The institution, led by the bishops, tends to protect itself, to always look out for its own survival, no matter who might be harmed, and we have to be different than that. Self-preservation seems to be the key. And we are called then to turn light on secrets, to be honest all the time. The trouble is, this self-protection is not just something that happens in the church, but happens everywhere. It happens with Penn State football. It happens with the public schools. About a month ago, the Chicago Tribune did a 4 or 5 day series on abuse in the public school system. It happens in government, in business, in the police force, everywhere. We have problems when the goal is not to help the situation and help the victims or to even tell the truth, but to cover it up and hope nobody finds out. That's the sign of really a sick organization. So we as a church should always set the example instead of continuing the silence, and we have to get a lot better at being truth tellers in our society. So if you know someone who has been abused by a priest or anyone for that matter, please tell me or one of the staff. We can help you. And if you say that's crazy, we don't trust you, that's great. Okay? I don't blame you for that. Go to the police or go to DCFS or tell a trusted friend. The truth of this all really, really hurts. There's sadness, there's anger. I know for myself, I distrust my superiors, the Catholic bishops, I distrust them far more than I ever did before. And I have so much sympathy for the abused folks. Like I said, I know people who have been abused, and they never grow out of it. It's always something that is there for them in the back of their mind, and they always carry that hurt with them. So we're called then to learn, to be different, to be open, to be honest, to be transparent, non-defensive, protective of God's people, and not the institution. And that's always hard stuff. So we pray for guidance at this time. We pray that all of us can be better and be more vigilant. And most of all, we pray for the strength to provide justice for anyone who has been harmed. Let us now please stand.